everyone. My name is Carrie. Thank you so much for being here. I am recording today on June 19th, 2020. Hopefully I will get this up by tomorrow. How y'all doing? It's been a while. It's been about 5 weeks since I last did a podcast episode, and there's just been a lot going on, right? The world feels very dark right now, and it's kind of hard. I want everybody to know that everyone is welcome here. It does not matter what color, who you love. It doesn't matter. As long as you are kind and you treat people with respect, you are welcome here. There's just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of dark stuff, and it's been real tough. So it delayed me in recording because I just didn't have the right energy to record, and then I was getting ready for camping, and then I was gone for about a week. So I just got back yesterday from camping, which was fabulous. I will put some pictures in. I may have put some in the beginning. I will maybe put some on the end, but it's just so pretty. I think I just need to show everybody because I want everybody to experience it. It's just so lovely. So I was really thankful that we got to go camping because everything's been shut down with the COVID-19 stuff. And in fact, while we were gone, I actually completely forgot about it because we were in an area that did not have cell service. We had no power. We were just in the forest. And so, you're disconnected from the constant media telling you how horrible everything is. And we had hiked back to a waterfall, and we were hanging out at the waterfall and taking pictures and just enjoying it. And some hikers come up and they're wearing masks, which was kind of silly in a way because we're outside and you're not near anybody. You don't really have to wear a mask, but whatever. If that's what they were comfortable doing, that was fine. But it was kind of weird. It was like, oh, that's right. We're still in a pandemic. Darn it, I kind of forgot. I was just enjoying being out in nature and completely just tuned it all out. So I hope you are all staying safe and healthy because we're still in it. So yeah. I do support Black Lives Matter. I do believe Black Lives Matter, but I also support police. I don't believe all police are bad. So if you don't agree with that, you can keep that to yourself. We're all entitled to our opinions. And that's just where I stand with it. So, yeah. So let's get on to some knitting stuff, shall we? Because I don't want this to be a dark place. There's too much darkness in the world right now. So it's been the end of school. It's been my birthday, which was wonderful. And I got to go camping. And so June's been a pretty good month so far. We had the official end of school, so I am off for the summer. We got together, the group of gals that I work with in the kitchen at the high school. We all got together for like an end of year lunch and birthday celebrations because a couple of the gals' birthdays in July. And it was just so nice to see them because working the way we've been working since the middle of March, we all got separated and worked on different days. And so it was just really nice to see everybody and hang out with them and, exchange birthday gifts and stuff like that. So I did make a few gifts. I made a fabric bowl for one of my coworkers, and I will put pictures in. I've shown that before. I have shown how I do it. With a cotton rope, so like a clothesline, wrapped it with fabric, with some batik. Batik is my favorite to do this with because it doesn't fray as much, and batik has the same dye as on both sides, where some printed fabric is more white on the back side, and then the print's really on one side, but with batik, it's all the way around, so the color saturation is just better for the bowls. Anyway, did that, made a couple of washcloths, knitted washcloths with cotton yarn. And then I also included some soap. This was a new to me soap maker. It's Loyal Soap Company. Loyal Sock Soap. And I found it on Etsy. They're very good sized bars. Like I can't even get my hand around it. I don't have very big hands, but still they're really good sized bars. They smell really good. I got different scents. And they're lightly scented, but then have a really clean smell. So I love sandalwood, but it smells good, and it just smells clean. So I've got lilac, I think, in the shower, and it's very lightly scented, like I said, and it's really nice, and they'll last forever because they're pretty good size bars. So I will put the link to her shop. I don't know who she is. It was just somebody I found on Etsy, but I'll put the link to that and anything else I talk about down below in the description box, so that you can find it a lot easier. I also made a drawstring bag for one of my coworkers and made a couple washcloths to go with the soap for that too. So that was fun. I like to make things for people, and I felt like those were good gifts to do. And then they spoiled me, and I got some gifts, and it was just so fun. One of the things I got, this is from my friend Michelle, and I'm not going to take it out of the bag because it's just too hard to show it, but I got spinning fiber that's rainbow. That's going to be rainbow minis. I'm going to spin them as minis, and it's BFL. Going to spin them as minis and then figure out what I'm going to do with them. But I mean, I love rainbow for one. I think rainbow should be a color, and that'll be really fun to spin some minis and kind of figure out what to do with it. Probably make a cowl or something. I even thought, could I make rainbow socks? But then I think I'll have too much left over, so that seems kind of wasteful. And I haven't knit socks in a really long time, so I need to get back to doing that, because I used to be able to just do it kind of automatically because I knit socks. I used to only knit socks really before I started knitting all these other things. I'm getting fleece. I have the fan on, and I'm feeling like fleece is blowing around the room. So hopefully the fan's not too loud for you, because it's getting warm today. So in fact, I'm going to close that window. Hang on. So I'm trying something a little bit different with my lighting. Hopefully it's okay and doesn't wash things out too much. But I'm trying to keep my windows closed because it is getting warm, and that helps to somewhat keep it cooler up here. So anyway, hopefully it's okay. You can let me know if it's not. I'm sure somebody will let me know. Another thing I got for my birthday from a very good friend is this, 365 Days of Art. And it is by Lorna Scobie, and I'm pretty sure she got it on Amazon. And it's like prompts to do art. You can do watercolor, you can do drawing, you do whatever, and it just gives you a prompt. The idea is to do it every day, and just, kind of gives you a start, you do the rest, kind of a thing. And it's awesome, because there's so many times where you're like, you just feel like creating something, but you don't know where to start. And it's like, okay, so make some strawberries or whatever. So I did bring this with me when I was camping. I brought my watercolors, my watercolor pencils, my Micron pens. I brought like the whole thing, and I never took it out. My friend and I were going to sit, because she also got one for herself, because that's like perfect for both of us. We're like, oh, we'll sit and we'll do art. And we just never did. I ended up knitting. I did knit quite a bit, and I'll show you what I was working on. So I'm anxious to kind of just doodle in this or whatever, and just, I'm not going to do it every day, because I know that I won't do that. But when I'm just feeling like I have a few minutes, I just want to sketch something or paint something, that'll help me just to get started. So that was a really thoughtful gift, very nice gift. The last time I recorded, I had been working on spinning, and I had a couple things that were kind of in progress. So I'm going to show you some of the finished spins in the last 5 weeks. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen a lot of this, because I do show it on Instagram. If you would like to follow me, please do. I did put my account on private because I was getting too many weird accounts, like spam accounts of like men, supposedly men that are like wanting to hook up, and I'm like, come on, seriously. This old broad's, it's too late for that. Plus I'm married. But I decided to put it on private, because when I was gone camping and I knew I'd be out of touch, I usually check that and I delete them and block them and report them as spam and all that stuff. And it was getting tiring to do that every day. And I thought, if I'm gone for a week and and I can't monitor that. I don't know what they benefit from doing that. Like, are they getting the list of people that follow me or the people that I follow? Somehow they're benefiting from it. I don't know, because I don't think that way. So I put my account on private. If you want to follow me and you look like you're legit and your account has like fiber, artsy, quilty, whatever's on it, and it's not just a dude. I mean, dudes are welcome, absolutely. Just not the ones that were trying to follow me. So anyway, I will let you follow. I will confirm you or whatever it is, but I needed to have a little bit more control over what was happening. So I may go back to public, but right now it's on private, and it's because whatever. So anyway, Dandelions and Daisies. This was a BFL, is a BFL. I believe the color is rum raisin. It wasn't labeled when I got it, but I think that's what I ordered. I do believe it is about a fingering weight. I'm kind of thinking I might want to twist it a little bit more. I'm trying to find that balance of the perfect twist. It's probably fine. It just seems looser, and I don't know, that might be just what hand spun looks like. But there's somebody I follow on Instagram, Shelly Morales, I think is her last name. I'll put a link to her. She does the most beautiful spinning, and she inspires me so much by her spinning, and so I'm trying to be like her. But anyway, this is pretty. And I don't know why. I think it looks manly. Looks like something a guy would wear. And why can't a guy wear like bright colors? You can, but for some reason when I see these like browns and stuff, it seems manly to me. So I'm not going to knit anything for Jim because he is not knit worthy. He has not worn anything I knit for him, so I'm not knitting him anything else. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but it is pretty and it was fun to spin. Another finish I did, this was When Pigs Fly. This is a superwash Coriadale. This is dyed by Slothy Creations. She has a shop on Etsy, which I will link. It's interesting because when this was fiber, and I think I showed it last time, in its fibery state, the orange was brighter. Everything was just like a little more bright, and it really muted down, which is fine. But it's interesting because you have that saturation of, say, orange, but then when you pull those fibers separate and they're getting spun with other stuff, it really mutes it down. Like there's a little bit of bright there, but not a ton. I love it. I think it's a really pretty color without being too orange. And I'm going to put it with this. This is something I spun previously, and I've shown it before. This is from Nanette Wakes, and it's blueberries. I'm going to put these two together, and I'm going to do the Lightwood Cowl by Jennifer Steingass. This will be the background color, and this will be the leaves. It's a color work cowl that's knit in the round, so all your floats are inside. And I think that would just be really pretty. Really, really pretty. So I'm anxious to get that one started. Another finished spin. This is from Wound Up Fiber Arts, and it's called Call Me Crazy. I was purposefully trying to spin thicker, and it was hard because I've been getting better at spinning thinner. So it was harder. It was harder for me to keep things even and pulling the fiber thicker, pulling more fiber out and keeping it even. I did ply this a little bit more than I have in the past, and I do like the way this is plied. It is balanced, so I think I did okay. It seemed like it might have too much twist in it before I washed it, but then washed it and dried it, and it was balanced and it was good. So I think it's close to a DK weight. So I'm not sure, but Chevy Rail just gave me a pattern. I just saw it this morning. I was going through my emails. It's a hat pattern, and I'm thinking this could be really good with it. But it uses two colors, so I have to think of a color that will complement it and show up with this. But I love it. I love this color, and it's super soft. This is her Super Soft, which is 90% superwash merino, 20% nylon, by Wound Up Fiber Arts. She's one of my favorite dyers. Her and Nanette so far are my favorites. So I have acquired more fiber that I purchased. new to me dyer, actually is local to Portland, Abstract Fiber. And this is the Monet Gradient that I got. And it is 40% superwash merino, 40% nylon, and 20% silk. And it is a gradient. To me, it's very peacock colors. So this is a dark purple. In my little screen, it looks blue, but that's a purple, a teal, and then like this blue green, and it goes more into green and then ends in this bright green. So my goal with this is to spin it like this, spin it and keep the color like this, not split it up. And then chain ply it so that I can keep that gradient, and then we'll see what I do with it. But that's my goal. So right now I'm currently spinning a rambouillet that I got from Nest Fiber. I showed it last time, and I'm nearly done with it, but I'm spinning it all on one bobbin to practice chain plying, so that when I go to do this, I'm a little more practiced at it. So I have to look up on YouTube again, because I think I've only done it once. I don't know how successful it was. I don't remember. But so that's my goal for that, because I love a good gradient, and peacock colors are like, they're my thing. So what do? I order brown. But it's so pretty. This is one that I got. It's Super Sock 90% Superwash Merino Nylon from Wound Up Fiber Arts in the colorway Truffle. And it is like, oh, it's just a rich coppery brown, I guess, and then you've got a little bit of like burgundy and splashes of purple in it. And this merino superwash merino nylon blend is super soft. So I don't know, that is a good color because it's just rich. I think what I didn't like about this one so much is it lost its richness. So hopefully this will stay as rich as it is. And then from her Wound Up Fiber Arts, again, same blend. This is Nest Egg. So robin's egg blue with some green and some little bit of like kind of rusty orange in there. This is really pretty spun up. She had shown it spun. It's really pretty. And I thought even if I wanted to do two things together, I think these would be really pretty. This would even be pretty in a color work, I think. So that's coming up. I've got so much. And then I signed up to do a fiber of the month with Into the Whirled. It's really hard to get their fiber. Anytime I look, they're sold out. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to try a subscription, because that way I can just every month I know I'll get something, and it'll give me a chance. You don't know what you're going to get. It can be any of her bases that she dyes up, and you don't know what color. So that's hard for me, because I think, what if I don't like it? What if it's not a color that I like? But there's very few colors I don't like. I like most colors. I can't wear a few colors, but I do like most colors. So I think it'll be good. And I can cancel anytime. I haven't gotten my fiber yet, but I think I should be getting it pretty soon, because I think you get it towards the end of the month, and we're past the middle of the month anyway. So I'm anxious to see what I get. And then I got to get busy spinning, because I have a lot of fiber. And I'm not apologetic about it, because I get a lot of joy out of spinning. Some people buy fabric, some people buy yarn. I've been buying fiber. So those are my up and comings, and then we'll talk about some knitting. So in my attempt to figure out what I was going to work on when I was going to go camping, I started rummaging through, what am I going to do? Should I start a new project? I really should work on some of the stuff, some of the whips that I have that are sitting there. I got back to working on my boho blush, which I haven't touched in a while, and I'm just not loving working on it. I got through the last lace section, and my lace was a little bit off, and I thought, you know what, it's not going to be a big deal. When it's wrapped around, you're not going to really see. Supposed to start the next section. I did my stitch count, and I have 100 extra stitches. This was a shawl that I took a brioche section out because I had 50 extra stitches or something like that, something crazy. And I'm like, what is the deal with me in this pattern? I don't know. So I'm going to keep working on it. It's just not going to be the way the pattern's written. Being that I have an even 100 extra stitches, which is frustrating because that's a lot of extra stitches. But the numbers should still work out for when I have to do, I think I would do another brioche section or something. So, and I still have a lot of yarn to knit into this shawl. So, but I was pretty upset with the whole situation. So I set it aside because it just needed to be in timeout. So anyway, I was looking through stuff and then I found or pulled out this old one, which those of you that have been around for a little while will remember this. This is the Cranberry Goss. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I finished it. This is by Baby Cocktails, and it's Thea Coleman, and it is a DK weight, kind of a short sleeve, oversized sweater. I had almost had it finished, and I set it aside because I kind of messed up on it, and I'm like, I don't know if it's really going to fit. Is this going to work? And I was like, put it aside for like a year and a half or something. It's been a while. But I finished it, and it fits, and it was really nice. I brought it with me. I finished it up in the morning, and then we went hiking that afternoon, and it was pretty chilly. The first couple of days that we camped were rainy and a little chilly, and it was perfect for that hike because it's short sleeves. I just wore a long sleeve t-shirt underneath, and I was plenty warm, and it fits nicely. So all I had left to do was this little like 1-inch 1-inch ribbing on either sleeve and the neckline. What I decided to do is just do ribbing. She gives you an option. You can do a cowl neck by increasing your needle size, and it makes it looser so it kind of hangs. You could do a full-on turtleneck that folds over, which I knew I didn't want that, and I thought, what if I just knit and make like a short mock turtle? And so I knit for a couple inches, probably 2.5 inches, and I put it on an extra cable so that I could try it on, and I'm like, yeah, that looks good. Let me bind it off, and it was perfect. So it is loose enough that it's not right up against my neck, and it's not too tall that it's like, it doesn't feel claustrophobic at all. It was just the perfect size for the neck. So I finished it and I wore it, so it hasn't been blocked. Now this is knit, you knit a front piece, a back piece, and seam it together. I don't really know why you do that, because it should be able to be done in the round, but that's how she has you do it. This purling design is, I just did it on the front. The pattern calls for you to do it on both sides, but I just did it on the front. This was one that I knit on my knitting machine, and you start from the bottom up, and I knit to where you separate for the sleeves, and then I put it on waste yarn and picked it up with needles and hand knit the second half of it. I didn't enjoy doing this because you're doing this design as you're increasing and decreasing, and you're going into the shoulder and the neck, and it was kind of complicated and hard for me to follow, but I think I managed okay. The rib, like, it was a split hem, and when I put it on my machine and knit it, I didn't realize it was a split hem, so my ribbing doesn't really go the way it's supposed to go, and I was getting frustrated with that, but I thought, you know what, I don't go anywhere, so if it's kind of screwy in the back, I'm the only one that's going to see it, and Jim certainly doesn't care, and when you're hiking in the woods, that doesn't really matter, so it was all good, and I was really, really glad that I brought it and had it because it was the perfect sweater to wear while I was hiking. And I'm really glad to have that done. So one of the reasons I decided to finish it, for one, it was like, okay, let me just finish this. I'm so close. Let me just finish it. But I was looking for yarn for a new project, and I still have a couple of skeins of this. And I thought I had more to do than I really did. I didn't realize, I thought I was going to have to knit like sleeves, but because of the way it's oversized, it kind of gives you short sleeves. All I needed to do was ribbing. So, I should have just looked at the pattern a little closer. So I now have those two couple of skeins of this left over, which is more than enough than what I need for the new project, which I will show because I did start that when I was gone. Another finished object. sock arm sweater by Stephanie Lotvin. I've already talked about the yarns and everything. I have shown this on Instagram, but it's done in case you don't follow me there. So this is Knit Picks Felici sock yarn, self-striping yarn, and it fits really nice. It's very comfortable. I did get a chance to wear it shortly after I finished it because it got cold or it stayed cold. It got cold and rainy and I was like, I just really think I need a sweater. The one thing I would do differently, so I did 3 blocks of colors because I didn't have one color to do the body with, and so I kind of striped it in before I got to separating for the sleeves. I wish I would have striped it a little bit lower. I'm not super happy with the placement of the stripes, but it'll work and it's fine. Like I said, I'm usually just home. So, ta-da, finished object. So because I finished 2 sweaters, I thought I'd start another one. If any of you have been around since the beginning, remember I said I'll probably never knit a sweater. Yeah. I know to never say never because you don't know. So I am going to make the Alaska sweater. This is a sweater that has trees on the bottom. It is a cropped sweater, but I am going to make it more full length. Cropped is not a style for me. So there is an Alaska hat, and this is the same designer. And the designer is Camille Descateau. I don't know. It's French, and I don't do French. So for the body, I'm using my Barnyard Knits. It's a DK weight sweater. This is Love Forever, and this was her February color of the month. So I had bought enough to make a sweater. I wasn't sure what I was going to make, but I bought enough to make a sweater because I was in my pink phase, and I thought that it would be good with this blue that I knit that other sweater as the trees. Because I thought purple would actually look really good, but because my sock arm sweater is pink with purple, I thought maybe the blue would be better. And then I was even thinking, I wonder if an undyed color would look good. But then I don't really want white as a waistband, like down, yeah, so I don't think that would look good. But when you look at project pages, some people have like a darker sweater with the light trees, and it looks kind of cool because it looks more snowy. But this is the plan so far, unless I can figure out something else. I have a ways to go because I just started it for the trees. So I was also even considering like a complementary color, but then that would be more of the green. And I didn't really want green trees. I want it to be not like, okay, my words have just fallen out of my head. Oh, for Pete's sake. Anyway, I didn't want it to be so realistic. I want it to be kind of different. So I even thought maybe a dark gray instead of blue. I don't know. So anyway, I just started it. And then I was working on it last night when I was knitting with the knitting group on Zoom that I've been included in, which is very nice and it makes me happy. We got home last night, so I wasn't pushing Jim. I'm like, okay, we go home whenever you want, you know. So we ended up leaving. I said, if we get home in time, there's a Zoom knitting group that I really want to be part of. And so we got home, unpacked, put things away, started some laundry, got in the shower, and then started knitting with the group. So this is how far I've gotten. Not too far. But it's knitting up really pretty. So it's kind of a pinky purple color. So it's another pink sweater because I was totally in the pink phase when I was picking all this stuff out. So I had this idea. As I was looking for a piece of paper to write something on, I found where I had done, I don't know if you can see that. I made like a heart. I don't know why I did a heart. I don't know what this was supposed to be, but I thought, wouldn't that be cool on that sweater, the Alaska sweater, and have like do just with pearl, make a heart where my heart would be because my heart is in the forest. So I did a swatch this morning with just fingering weight yarn. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but there's a heart in purling. I think the heart ended up being, I swatched it because I didn't know how this would translate because knit stitches aren't square. And so this is square. It ended up making, the heart seems a little bit wider than tall, so I think I need to adjust it to make the heart longer, taller, so it doesn't just look like a wide heart. But I think I'm going to try and figure out kind of where that is. I think I can, because I just joined it in the round like not too long ago, because as I was knitting last night on the Zoom knit group, I screwed it up. I had to take it all out that I had done because you're increasing at the raglan, and I was doing that every round, and I kept looking at it as I'm knitting it going, it's looking puckery. It just doesn't look right. Well, let's just keep going because maybe that'll block out, right? And then I realized, no, you're supposed to do the increased round, and then you're supposed to just do a plain knit round in between. And that helps spread everything out so it doesn't get puckered. So I rip that all back out and start over, which is fine. Right? It's fine. So I know here's the raglan, and then this is the front. So I think if I just figure however many stitches I need, I might go a little bit further down. Let's see, it'll be going like this, right? Because I'm doing top down. So it'll be over here. And then just start doing that little heart design in a purl. I don't know if it'll show too much. I'm not sure. Maybe I should swatch with this yarn. That'd probably be the smart thing to do. But anyway, that was an idea I had of just adding a little bit of customization, a little bit of interest with just doing purl stitches. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, that's it. Goodness gracious. It looks like I have a lot of stuff, but I must have talked really fast because I got through it all. I'm hoping to not wait as long. I say that every time. It does seem like once a month that's going to be kind of my new thing, just because I'm not getting enough done to show you. But like I've said before, you follow me on Instagram and you'll see most of the stuff that I'm doing. Mostly knitting and spinning. So that now we'll do some camping. We'll go away on 4th of July weekend because we want to try and get away from fireworks, and fireworks are supposed to be illegal in the forest, so we'll hope that people are following those rules and we won't have to listen to it, because it was pretty bad last year. And I think it might be worse this year because I'm pretty sure 4th of July celebrations are still canceled. But like I said, I've been out of touch, so I don't know what's happening. Heck, at this point they may have found a cure. I doubt it. But anyway, hopefully soon, right? So I'm probably not going to get back to you at least till after the 4th of July, and hopefully I'll have something to share then. So meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, be kind, be respectful. We are all humans and we all deserve that. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next time.